All right, so today I'd like to talk about my bug out bag. I've got a Rush MOAB. It's a 511 tactical. It's a Rush MOAB 10, and it's a pretty nice little pack. It's got plenty of molly all over it, so you can attach whatever you want. Like I have attached a water H2O pouch. It's got my Nalgene bottle in it and a cup. But this pack's not exactly complete. There's a couple things that are missing. I do not have any food in it. I need to pick up some emergency rations and put those in here. And one of the other things I don't think I have is I'm not totally SOL on water because I've got something that I can cook with. I can start a fire. I can boil water to purify it, but that's not the most efficient way to do it, I guess. So I would like to get like a life straw or something that I can filter water with on the fly. But hey, let's jump right into it. Let's start talking about the outer pouches. As I already mentioned, we've got an H2O pouch from Maxpedition. It's a handy little thing. It holds my Nalgene. It's a stainless steel Nalgene. I think it's 1 liter, 32 ounces. Got that. And then also in there is a GSI. It's a little more difficult to get out of there, but one of these GSI cups with the folding handle. And I can boil water, I can cook, I can do whatever I need to do with that. Those two nest together and hang out in this pouch here. I haven't put anything in this outer pouch. I might find something, I don't know, some fire starters or something along those lines. On the exterior of the pack, I have a few cheapy carabiner. I got a cheapy carabiner and I've got a real carabiner, so this one can bear weight if it needs to. This is just for setting up, maybe setting up a tent or a tarp or something like that. Let's get into this outer pouch. So on this exterior pocket, as everyone, everybody needs their paracord. I've got 50 feet of Desert Tan paracord. I've got 2 sporks. They came in a pack of 2. That's the only reason I have 2 of them, but for eating. We got some bug spray, some Max DEET. If I get stuck in a outdoor area and I need to keep the flies and mosquitoes and whatnot off me, I've got that. Nothing else there. My infamous paracord wrapped nitrile gloves. Reddit really hated these. They thought this was the worst idea ever. On all my videos right now, I probably have 2 or 3 likes or whatever. I've got 5 dislikes, and I was just amazed at how everyone thought these were hateful. But anyway, I've got some gloves. I've got a flashlight for the bag, so I can. It's just a small flashlight. I can use that. It's a Maglite mini. What is it? A solitaire LED Maglite. It's pretty bright, and it lights up whatever I'm looking at. As far as flashlights go, my thing is, I could go and get one of these tactical flashlights that runs off the 123 batteries, and they're just the best thing in the world. They've got 500 lumens, and they've got all this stuff, but I've got to find 123 batteries for them. And if something did happen where there was a crisis or things were going down, it might be hard to come across them. I don't have any 123 batteries in my house, but I got a ton of AAAs, and this runs on 1 AAA battery. That's why I like it. Same thing with my actual flashlight. I've got a Maglite. This one's really bright. This runs on 2 AA batteries, and it's a couple hundred lumens. So I went with a brand name that I know and that I trust, and Maglite has been around for years, and they're just a good way to go. I've got some pens and pencils. I've got a fine Sharpie, a regular Sharpie, and just a regular pen for writing. And I think somewhere in here I've got a notepad, Write in the Rain. Notepad for writing stuff down. Here's a little kit. This is a sort of like a survival sewing kit. It's got some artificial sinew. It's got some duct tape on it, just because duct tape's actually it's Gorilla Tape. And then inside of it are 2 needles and some more artificial sinew. That's just for, if I needed to sew a tarp up, or I needed to fix something or mend something really quickly, I could use that to do so. I could probably flesh this out a little bit more, but that's just sort of a nice to have. Let's see, we've got a Leatherman. Everybody needs a Leatherman. This is an old school Leatherman. This is my grandfather's, step-grandfather's, and he gave it to me when he passed away. So we got a Leatherman. I've got another lamp. It's a hat lamp. It goes on the brim of the bill of your hat, and it's not super bright, but for if you were trying to look around at night and around the tent or whatever, it'd be pretty handy. It just clips onto the bill of your hat, and it's another source of light. Let's see, we've got a tape measure. I have it because I have it. Do I need it? Would I need it in an emergency situation? I don't think so. But, it's one of those things that's just, I have it, so I have it. I've got a knife sharpener. You can't go wrong with that. It's just a little diamond stone. It'd be, if you nick your knife up and you need to do it in the field, you can get a fairly nice edge with this. What else do we got in here? I've got a little, this is not really a first aid kit, but it's got some alcohol pads and some Band-Aids in it. It's just a nice little pouch for that type of stuff. I've got $40. That's another thing to have. You got to have currency if you needed to buy something or whatever, and credit cards weren't working for whatever reason, the power's out, phone lines are down, whatever it is, you've got cash. So that's a good thing to have. And I think that about does it for this pouch. There's another exterior pouch here, and I keep a headlamp in it. So I've just got another source of light, and that will actually flash for signaling. This is just a cheapie. It's like I got it at a output store or whatever, but it fits nicely in that pouch. It might not stay there, but like I said, it's a headlamp. It's nice to have light. So let's clamshell. Well, there's one other pouch on the exterior. I guess you'd say there's a sunglass holder. I don't use that. And then there is here is an H2O or for your water bladder. So I've got a Camelback water bladder in there. This is a pretty heavy duty one. It's the firefighters one, and it came with a Nomex backpack for it, but I don't have that in there. I just have a nice water bladder. So in an emergency, I can fill that up with water, and I have a Camelback. So let's open up the main pouch. All right. I've got some zip ties. Those could be handy. You have to, if you're trying to create a camp or you need to tie something down, whatever the case may be. I've got a good little supply of those. I've got a Sportsman series medical kit. This is good for 1 to 4 adults. It's got all kinds of good stuff in it. I haven't even opened it up yet. I don't think I intend to. I will, if I need it, I'll open it up and I'll use it. It's got pretty much everything you need in there. I've got a couple bandanas that just for the good to have. Same thing with this shemagh. I've got because every good tactical prepper or whatever has to have a shemagh. I can use that to filter dirty water, to prepare for boiling it. But it's just nice to have. I've got a poncho, and we'll get to this in a second. And I've got an emergency one of these space blankets. Now this is my fire kit. It might be a little overkill. I will admit that. I'll be the first to admit that it's probably a little overkill. But let's see what we've got in here. I've got one fire steel. This is the plunger style where you actually sort of press down on it and it sparks that way. I've got 2 fire steels. This is a good old fashioned just strike it with the striker. And this piece of crap that comes with it is no good. There's a little spark, but if you use your knife with it, it works a lot better. Or in this case, my Leatherman. I've got 2 lighters because science. And then let's see, I've got some waterproof matches. I put some cotton balls in there to keep them from rattling around. And I can use the cotton for tinder too if I wanted to. I've got, what do I got here? I got Strike Anywhere matches and wax cotton sticks. I made these little, they're wax cotton sticks, and they're going to be a hell to get out of there. But basically I took a cotton ball, wrapped it up in paper, like a cigarette almost, and then dipped it in wax and let the wax soak in. And I can use those sort of like a candle for starting fires. Again, I put the cotton balls in there to keep everything from rattling around. I've got we'll get to those. I've got some tinder, some some lint for catching a spark, and then I've got this, which is the Esbit stove, and basically that folds open, and you put one of these fuel tablets in there, light it up, and then that allows you to, the stove will hold a cup. And so one tablet will boil 1 pint of water. Sort of handy. It's pretty compact. I like the design of it. And you can fit 4 of these tablets in their wrappers in there. And it folds up into a nice little concise package like that. I think that's just pretty handy. And then I got an extra piece of leather here. If you're working on something that you can put this on your knee, working with a knife or trying to whittle something or whatever, you can do that. This is that's about it for there. Let's see, up in the top pouch, we've got a compass, which is good to have, nice to have there. Don't have anything else there. And then I've got some more of those fuel tabs. These are not the Esbit fuel tabs. They're just they'll work with that stove if I need to use them. And then I also have some ethyl alcohol. This is good for sanitizing. I believe this is denatured. I don't think I put some Everclear in there or anything like that. I think this is just denatured ethyl alcohol. And it's good for not burns. It'll burn you, but it's good for sanitizing wounds, cleaning stuff up. It's good to have. I think that's everything there. Now, somebody's going to call me out on this. I'm sure of it. What you don't see is a big freaking knife. And I'd love to have a big freaking knife in here, like an SE6 or something like that. But where I work has a very strict policy on bladed weapons, and so fixed blade knives are not allowed. Even like an axe, I can't take an axe to work. So this kit stays with me in my car at all times, and because it's in my car and my car can be searched at any given time by the security staff at where I work, I'm not going to put a knife in my pack because it'll get me fired. So, but I always carry a knife of some sort. Today I'm carrying my Spyderco Delica 4, the stainless steel version. And I really love this knife. It's great. I'll have a knife on my person on any given day. So I do have a knife, just not in the pack. I don't have a big piece, a big knife like an SE6 that I can split wood with or anything like that. But I think this pack gets me off to a good start. Like I said, I need some food in here. I need some water. I probably should put an extra change of clothes, something to, if I got wet or whatever the case may be, that I could get a change of clothes. Or if I'm out there, my thought process is if like a hurricane comes and my wife and I are getting out of Dodge, and then the car breaks down, we're stuck on the side of the road. We can hunker down for a little bit if we need to, get a fire started, cook something, and that's where the food comes in. I don't think I'm going to put in anything that you really have to prepare in here. I'll probably just get emergency rations and call that a day. But overall, that's my kit. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. This is DarkStrider signing off.